What's up, guys? Farooqi Bros here, back with another podcast. This is podcast number 22, and I'm your host, as always, Sheraz Farooqi, and I'm joined by my brother, Zayyan. What's up, guys? My cousin, Omer.
Hey, everyone.
And my other cousin, Samir.
What's up?
So today we got a quick podcast for you guys, reacting to a recent article from The Hollywood Reporter. And just to recap that article, basically, Ezra Miller. Now, we know the Flash movie has gone through every manner of director change, writer change, everything changed. But the one thing that's always been constant is that Ezra Miller has been the Flash. Zack Snyder casted him in 2014. So, as you know, like in 2016, Rick Famuyiwa was brought on to be the director, and he got fired later that year in October. And then in 2017, it was basically the whole movie was in the fridge. We didn't hear anything about it. In January of 2018, okay, so that's more than a year from now, a year ago from now, they hired both Daly and Goldstein to direct The Flash and write it. Now, here's something to keep in mind. I think me and Omer were talking about this a few days ago with Henry Cavill, but it's actually happening with The Flash. When you cast someone as for a contract, right? So you cast Ezra Miller as The Flash in 2014. There's a contract hold in every one of these situations. Now, Ezra Miller's contract will end May 2019. That's in 2 months. His contract will end in 2 months unless he is 100% signed on board to make a movie. Meaning if by May there is not a concrete plan for The Flash, they will recast him. Okay? That's an important fact to get out there. Now, the article itself has that Ezra Miller is actually writing a brand new draft for The Flash alongside Grant Morrison, who's a legendary comic book writer and heavily, a Flash expert in almost every way. And here's the directing clash. The original directors, right? They wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming, and obviously they're known for, and they directed Game Night. They're known for very comedic.
I think I just threw up in my mouth.
They're known for extremely comedic movies, right? So very lighthearted, very comedic, very not too many stakes, and just simple, basic crowd pleasers, right? That's what Spider-Man: Homecoming was. It was a crowd pleaser, and according to some reports, Ezra Miller is not happy with the script. He's not feeling it. So he thinks that the script's, is just not there, and it's not going to give DC fans what they deserve, right? And before I pass the floor to you guys, what's happening now is that Ezra Miller is about to, next week, he's going to give his script, which is a dark Flash movie script, to WB to read. If WB chooses that they don't want to do this script and they want to keep with Goldstein and Daly's script, then Ezra Miller will be recasted as the Flash. He will not be Flash anymore if they don't choose his script. Okay? So,
Yep.
I'll pass it to Zayyan. What is your first reaction when you heard the news?
So yeah, I mean, I definitely have a few points on this. First of all, I don't blame Ezra Miller at all in this situation. In this day and age, actors shouldn't just sit back and accept any type of writing they're given. It's good that he's giving his input. I honestly feel bad for him because he's getting like the short end of the stick in every single way right now. I know you said like he's working on a darker script for the film as opposed to the more lighter idea they have, and it's unfortunate because the way Warner Bros. And the DC films are going, they're following more of the MCU route where they want to do lighter films, and it's going to be unfortunate because I'm pretty sure WB will turn his script down. I don't think that's the direction they'll want to go.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Of course, I mean, that script will probably be a million times better than the current script or whatever ideas they have, but it's really unfortunate that this is the way they're going.
Samir, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I agree completely. Like, I mean, Warner Brothers completely lost their mind with the DCEU. Actually, that's what I think. Because I mean, they already lost Ben Affleck and Will Smith and probably Henry Cavill. Should I say probably?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so it's almost definitely at this point.
Just assuming he is at this point.
Yeah, so yeah, the DCU is really struggling. I mean, they did fine with Aquaman, and we thought everything was going good, but yeah, I don't think they'll. I think they will recast Flash.
Yeah, man. That sucks, man. Omer, go for it.
as usual, we all agree. I'm actually driving, so like, if you guys like hear something in the background.
Yeah.
But basically, my opinion is a simple one. That's this universe is dead, and when I say dead, I mean like I mean it in a way. Like I don't mean it in like, well, there's no other way to take it but negative. So, like, yeah, the universe is kind of dead because you're recasting people, and this is kind of deja vu if you really think about it, because Ben Affleck keeps saying even now that I had a script and I couldn't work it, which I don't believe for a second.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, what's happening is you're seeing a domino effect. The only person that kind of wants to stay in their roles or in his role is Henry Cavill, because he actually always wanted like a Superman that is different than the one Zack Snyder was kind of going for. But the thing is, the other actors, they liked what they saw or what the original vision was. And at the end of the day, it's just after effects. These are all after effects of dumb decisions made with one movie 2 years ago. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Now? 2 years ago? 1 year ago, or whatever. And the after effects are still there. And now you have guys like Oscar-winning actors like Ben Affleck saying, "I'm out, peace." You got people like Henry Cavill is one of the most beloved actors in terms of like superhero actors. People love this guy because even the people that don't like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, they say that he just kind of got like the criticism that they make is that they didn't like what the vision was, but he could, if he was more hopeful and optimistic, then as an actor he'd be great for Superman. So even with the disagreements and stuff, people love the actors, and you can't recast people the way they're trying to go about this is very stupid in my opinion. And you'll see. I mean, the fans will show up, and yes, you might make money and stuff, and that's whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, for me as a fan, for me personally, I don't care about this universe that much. And at the end of the day, I don't like comparing them to Marvel, but at the same time, the thing is, you are competitors, and you will always. The comparison is not invalid. Comparison will have. It's part of the game. This is the part of the business. So, Marvel and Kevin Feige and all the people that run that side of things, the MCU, they did right by their actors. They do right by their directors. They don't alienate the people they work with. I feel like Warner Brothers is a weird thing where they keep alienating people that are working for them. What was Zack Snyder doing 3 years ago? He was working for them.
Yeah.
It's not like he was trying to destroy the universe with his vision. It was freaking. He's working for them. He's trying to make them money. So I don't know. It's at the end of the day, it's a bad taste. And it's always with the DCU. It's always a bad taste.
But let me ask you.
Stupid stuff like this.
Let me ask you before I give you my point. What is the solution then? You're saying that you're done. You think the DCEU is dead, right? Well, the DCU is dead. The DCEU meaning the thing that started in Man of Steel. That thing is dead. It does not happen anymore. But there's something right now. It's like the worlds of DC. We talked about it a few podcasts ago that they have some kind of structure.
It's so much worse.
But would you prefer?
I don't care.
Would you prefer they? But what's your solution? Would you prefer that they literally close down shop and restart fresh? Or would you like them doing this middle ground where they're keeping Gal Gadot and Jason and then everyone else gets recast?
And Margot Robbie.
And Margot.
Three safe people.
The claim I'm making is they're already doing it in a softer way. And at the end of the day, let's be kind of honest here. This universe was dead a long time ago. It was big dead. Right after Justice League, we knew this thing is done. It's not the same anymore. And at the end of the day, as a fan, and this is partly why, yes, us four are very critical of the Marvel Universe. But when is the last time you ever heard us say that? When was it ever toxic? You know what I mean? When was it ever? And I don't mean fan base. I mean when was the actual news about the actual stuff happening toxic?
Yeah, but look at the man.
And the answer is never. An answer is never.
Dude,
to be honest,
we're getting
as far from my point of view.
We're getting such a graceful goodbye to Steve Trevor. Right, he's leaving. Chris Evans is leaving Captain America after 10 years. Like, that's how you do well by your actors, you know? He played the role for 10 years, and now he's saying goodbye to it, and we are fine with it. Like, we're not feeling inside that, oh no, we're not going to see Captain America again, because he had such a beautiful arc. And if we saw Henry Cavill or Ben Affleck for 10 years each, and then it said goodbye, we would be perfectly fine with it. We'd be like, wow, what a great run. But right now, everything's like Ezra Miller. He's only been Flash for 1 second in Suicide Squad, 1 second in Batman v Superman, and then maybe 10, 15 minutes in Justice League. So, like, he never got a chance. He never got a chance.
You say Steve Trevor, not Steve Rogers.
Oh my God. That's about DC on the brain, boys. Yeah, Steve Rogers.
This is what I'm saying. It's pathetic. It's pathetic what WWE's doing. And I understand why, like, all the big name actors, they're always like, oh yeah, I want to be in Marvel here. I want to be in Marvel, because you never hear any controversy out of Marvel or MCU with their
And
actors,
the funny thing is, they take the wrong thing from the MCU. They're like, oh yeah, we want to copy the MCU in tone. So everything's jokey, but we don't want to copy them in terms of structure, or in terms of universe, or in terms of interconnectivity. Like, we want them to copy in that sense. Like, copy in terms of universe building, but don't copy in tone. Like, now they want everything to be light, which is why there's a clash right now, because Ezra Miller wants a dark Flash movie, and WB wants a jokey Flash movie, okay? They only want a jokey Flash movie because Aquaman made $1 billion and it was very campy, and they know that the formula works because Captain Marvel made $500 million in 1 week, right? So they know the jokes work. They know jokes work. So that's why there's a thing. And let me just take a second and let me play you guys a clip about what Ezra Miller, just last month, Ezra Miller was talking about the Flash, right? And his vision for the Flash. And we didn't know the news yet, that inside he was very against what they were planning. Hear what he's saying and take now's information into account, and we'll discuss it. Here's what he said about a month ago, okay?
It's getting really good. It's getting really good now. You know, anyone who knows anything about Barry Allen knows that he's always late. Yeah. But then when he arrives, he gets stuff done. And that's definitely how this film's production schedule is proceeding. We're a little late, but we're really, you know, the reason why we're late, and this is the honest to God truth, is the reason why we're late is because we're all, and I include myself in this, we are very meticulously focused on making a movie that's not just like one of the greatest superhero movies that we can possibly make. This movie's also going to be a gift to the fans. You know, this movie's going to be a real pure offering to the fans of this material. And we've hit a couple points in the script's development where we've looked at it and gone, this isn't it. This isn't it yet. It has to be. And, you know, we're talking about sparking a whole new universe, which is, it's not just the DC multiverse. It's the Speedster multiverse. And the Speedsters are the ones who connect all of the disparate pieces of it. Because Marvel is a universe, right? It's just one world and all the same characters in it. DC is a multiverse. So all these different stories with different realities, different characters, and versions of characters. And the Speedsters are the ones who move through it all. They're like the connecting bridge between all these different collaged parts. And so I'm really delighted at how focused everyone is on getting it just right. And I'm really devoted to that as well. And I honestly, we won't make the film unless it's going to be this consummate, beautiful offering to the fans and to everybody. I mean, we're just going to make a fantastic movie, but we're really focused on making it this, super gift to DC fans.
Thank you. The fans are really excited.
So what do you guys think about that?
I'm just going to jump in. It's just so, sad to hear now, hear this again, because you can tell he's, so invested.
He is 100% invested, yeah.
He's, so, it's almost deja vu with the Ben Affleck thing, that he really wants to put out an amazing product with this character, with their respective characters, and they're just, it's so pathetic how they're getting treated.
All I'm saying is that just hearing Ezra Miller talk about it, you know his script is fire. Whatever script he has working on, that Dark Flash script, it's flames.
And you know it's gonna be better than anything they're gonna do.
Whatever the Homecoming script is, Flash Homecoming, I respect the guys, Daly, Goldstein. Listen, I respect them. I'm sure they're good filmmakers. I know they did a good job.
Definitely.
Right? But this is, for the Flash, you need someone, like you said, it's a gift to the fans, right? And if you make a gift to the fans, like Batman v Superman was a gift to the fans, like how I see it. You know, like, where if you're a fan of these characters, if you love them growing up, this is like the best thing you can get. And that's why I felt like an Endgame is a gift to the fans. Now, the Flash movie that Ezra Miller is preaching, like Spider-Verse was a gift to Spider-Man fans. Like, if you love Spider-Man, you cannot not love Spider-Verse, because Spider-Verse is everything you could want in a Spider-Man film. Everything. And this is how Flash would have been. So, just what are your thoughts on that? Like, anyone can jump in, Omer, Samir. What are your thoughts on, like, what you heard Ezra Miller just say a month ago, and then putting in context into what we heard today with Flash, that he might be leaving the Flash in 2 months? Anyone can go.
I think he's leaving. He's out. That's the truth. At the end of the day, they're not going to accept that script anyway. So, in my opinion, he's gone. And at the end of the day, this will kind of be the last. This and then Henry Cavill leaving will kind of be the last kind of stuff. And then Endgame's going to end everything anyway. So.
What do you think about the vision, though? What do you think about his vision? Like, let's be optimistic for a second. Let's say he gives a script in next week, and W was like, you know what? We're feeling it. We're feeling it. What do you think about his vision just from hearing these words?
Well, it sounds very like the way he's talking. It's very comic book like. Yeah. It's gonna be something similar to what you said. Like, it's gonna be similar to Batman v Superman, to Man of Steel. Like, it's gonna be very similar to that. It's a gift for the fans, and at the end of the day, like, I see the other side. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're looking at it from a business standpoint, and what the thing is, those movies didn't do well financially, or didn't do what the expectation was. So now you can't turn around and. You know, like, we're pointing the finger at them from, like, at least I am, in terms of a managerial, like, the way they're managing things is just so stupid. Yeah. The PR is dumb. These leaked reports and stuff.
Who do you think leaked this one?
2 weeks, it's something.
Who do you think leaked this one? Was it Ezra Miller or was it WB?
Ezra Miller's people, 100%.
I think Ezra Miller leaked this one. 100%. This story was Ezra Miller's leak. Because he wants us to know. Ezra Miller is...
so it's similar, again, but it's similar to, why are the actors feeling like they have to do this?
Oh, because like, whatever the current...
Henry Cavill, why did Henry Cavill feel like he had to tell the world that,
That's because internally their whole... It's a shit show, just to speak it plainly. They don't know what they're doing in terms of managing the actors, and that's why when James Gunn wanted to bring Will Smith back, I think, or wanted to bring him back, Will Smith, for whatever reason, you can take into conspiracy theory or not, he didn't come back. They offered it to him. You want to come back? He said no. So
I don't blame him.
Why wouldn't Will Smith want to come back? Think about it. Samir, I know you're
same thing happened with Suicide Squad. That's why.
Samir, I know you're a big Flash fan, and Flash is a big character for you, especially in the DC world. What do you think about Ezra Miller's comments, like, on his Flash vision? Kind of, what are your raw thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it would be great if they accept the script, but I know they won't.
We're all pessimistic about it right now.
Because like you said, it's a gift to the fans. Warner Brothers really doesn't care about the gift to the fans. If it's like BVS or Man of Steel, we already saw, like, they don't want to go that route. We saw how they handled Justice League, so
yeah,
they'll probably end up recasting Ezra Miller, just like they're going to recast Ben Affleck and Wilson.
And everybody else. Honestly, the whole Justice League is recasted except for two people. Just Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Just restart at the end of the day. Restart. Gal Gadot can't be Wonder Woman forever anyways. And same with, Aquaman, I don't know, like, because he's made $1 billion, so they're going to go through his thing. But
I think Gal is done after one movie. I think they're going to
go. The Trench movie is moving forward, and they have problems with Flash.
Listen, the Trench movie's coming out next year, boys.
Delby doesn't know what they're doing.
The Trench movie's coming out. The Trench movie's coming out.
Forget that bullshit. Is James Gunn still... directing.
Yeah, James Gunn is. So if you guys didn't hear, this is funny because Samir made a good point, and now I'm not going to make this into a James Gunn debate because we're not going to talk about what the allegations, not allegations, but what kind of things he's done, and does he deserve redemption or how does we're not discussing that. Let's discuss something very simple. Omer just made this point that Disney, how they manage their people, how Feige and how they manage, how they treat their directors, how they treat the actors who work for them. James Gunn got his job back. this afternoon. He got his job back. He's directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
If anything,
And-
he's better off now than he was then.
And not only is he directing it, they told him, don't worry, you don't have to leave Suicide Squad. Make Suicide Squad, take your time with it, then come back to us and make Guardians. Now, I don't care what you guys think about James Gunn. I know we're all kind of more pessimistic on it, but that's good managing by Feige. He's staying true to his guys, you know, like he's staying true to the people around him, right? Like, imagine that DC did with Zack Snyder, like, oh yeah, you know what, Zack, come back. We take you back now. Like, that's not gonna happen. We already know it. But Disney took back James Gunn to direct Guardians.
It would be easier, by the way.
It would be easy.
Think about what you just said.
Yeah, there's no scandal. There's
From a
no
PR standpoint. Yeah. It's actually easier to rehire Zack Snyder than it is to rehire James Gunn, because James Gunn, the allegations, Snyder would come back.
You think Snyder?
I don't think he would.
Yeah, I think he wouldn't.
I don't think he would.
After he'd come back if they release Snyder Cut.
No, if they told him that we'll release the cut and you come to Justice League 2, he might come back, but he might. I think DC.
I don't think he will. Even if they say release your version of Justice League, he'll never come back.
Yeah, the way they handled the situation was so bad.
Yeah, so like he doesn't owe them anything.
The one thing I liked about Ezra Miller's comments, he was like, you know, Marvel is just one world and everyone's in that one world, but DC is a multiverse and the speedsters connect the multiverse together, right? So multiverse meaning everyone's doing their own thing, but the speedsters are the one that keep it together, right? That'd be very interesting because even we're talking about soft reboots and what counts, what doesn't count. Like if Ezra Miller, and Ezra Miller's a cerebral guy. He really loves the comics. He knows Flash by heart. Like he knows everything about the Flash. And we know when the Flash is on, he's one of the most powerful characters in the DC universe.
Easily.
If they're all superheroes, like he can do crazy stuff, right? Like this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. Like Flash could have been the character to fix everything, and Ezra Miller would have done it. Like the new Batman, things like that, meeting the old Batman. I'm 100% sure Ezra would have put the scene of him talking to Bruce again, maybe going to the past. Like he would have done small things like that. You know, like he's the kind of guy, you know? And he would have honored, obviously, Zack's vision also along the way. Honestly, but Omer said, and Samir said it too, we all said it actually, the chances of them even taking his script is low. If not low, it's almost zero. Now, we can be optimistic because he is writing it with Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison currently is a DC Comics legend. He's literally a Flash legend. Like, if you think Flash, Grant Morrison's a good writer, right? So, maybe they have something going.
Even if they accept his overall idea or his script, they can start messing with it like they always do.
No, but at least then he'll make the movie. Then, like, remember, here's the thing.
That's the same thing. Oh, yeah, Zack Snyder movie, but they mess with it. They're going to mess with his idea, his vision, and Morrison's vision, and it's going to become some weird, convoluted.
But you know what? I think I'd rather see that than see. Thing is, if the Flash script gets made, they have to get new directors. The directors will drop out. So who's going to direct the movie then? Who can direct the Flash movie?
Bring Frank Hume again.
Honestly, yeah, but he has his own vision too. But they could get someone to direct Flash movie with Ezra Miller's script and make something out of it. Like I'm sure there are a lot of directors who will jump on it. Like Zach, no, there's a lot of directors who will jump on it. You know, so we'll see what happens. Honestly, it's one of those weird ass things where there's a lot of frustrations and a lot of build up. Like you want Ezra back, and my thing is like, you know, like we all have our own theory with the DCEU. I'm a little more optimistic than Omer that I think that there is a middle ground. Like the DCEU is dead. 100%. We ain't getting that anymore. We talked about it in previous podcasts.
Just to jump on that, like you mentioned, the multiverse thing. This version, BVS Man of Steel, that could just be another Earth.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna.
They can do anything.
That's what's gonna happen.
With speedsters.
But I think I'm a big thing that, you know, like the people, the actors, you know, these people should get their chance. You know, like, and Ezra really didn't get a chance. Like he didn't get a chance to be Flash. Like he didn't get a full chance yet. You know, like to be alone in a movie and lead the film and do his thing. Like he's doing his thing in Fantastic Beasts, which is important to realize because his relationship with WB is not garbage enough where he's gonna leave his role as Credence. And by Credence I mean what's his name?
Aurelius.
Release.
So he's not gonna. He's still gonna be playing that character on Fantastic Beasts, right? So he's not. It's not like the world's gonna end. Like he's not gonna run away from WB if this movie doesn't work out. But it's gonna strain relationships. Like you can make excuses like Ben Affleck left because Ezra Miller. You can make excuses that Ben Affleck left because Matt Reeves is doing a different thing, they want a different direction. You can make up a scenario in your head.
That sounds like what's happening here.
And for Henry Cavill, you can make up a scenario in your head that it's a money game, because that's a big thing about Henry Cavill is, oh yeah, it's money. Like Henry Cavill wants a bigger paycheck. But another thing Henry wanted was that he wanted input on the story. Like he wanted to choose what kind of story they make for Superman. And WB didn't want that. And now Ezra Miller is the most real thing. Straight up, like Ben Affleck's like, oh yeah, I couldn't think the script. And Henry Cavill's like, oh yeah, the money's not working out. Ezra Miller, there's no censor. It's straight up. My vision and the current director-writer vision are not on the same page. I want to make a more darker, serious, comic booky movie. And the Goldstein and Daly, the current directors, want to make a comedic and crowd-pleasing movie. And I'm thinking crowd pleasers, right? We just saw Captain Marvel last week. That's a crowd pleaser. You know, no risks, no nothing, no consequence. Just, you know, a good time. You shut your brain off. You watch a movie, right? But we're used to, especially like Omer was saying, and Samir said too, like we're used to a higher level of quality with DC, and Ezra Miller knows that. He knows there's a higher standard, and Ezra Miller is not satisfied just making another average superhero movie. He legit wants to make one of the best superhero movies ever. Like, that's the kind of ambition we need for every director. Every director should be like, yeah, the movie I'm making is going to be the best superhero movie of all time. But these days, everyone's going with like, yeah, I'm going to make just whatever movie. You know, yeah.
I'll make a popcorn movie.
I'll make a popcorn movie. Like, no one has the ambition that, oh yeah, you know what? I'm making something that's going to be insane. That's why we have faith in Wonder Woman 84, because at least Patty Jenkins has that ambition. She acts like she has that swagger where, like, you know what? I'm making a good movie. You know, and try to stop me. That's her vision, you know? But other guys, like, I feel like Daly and Goldstein, they're kind of be like, yeah, you know, we're just going to make a Homecoming Part 2 with starring The Flash.
Far from Flash.
Far from Flash.
It's dead. Whatever.
So,
I mean, let's talk about Endgame, man. I forgot all this bullshit.
we'll get on Endgame. We have next month's gonna be big Endgame stuff. But last topic to kind of close it out. Let's talk solutions. If we were the heads of it, and in the solution thing, do not mention the word Zack Snyder. That's the challenge. So solve the universe without Zack Snyder. Who wants to go first? Solve the universe right now. How do you solve the DCEU? Like, fix it.
Can't. My answer is you can't.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, man. It's billions of dollars. Like, there has to be a solution.
Yeah, my answer, but that is my answer. My answer is you really can't solve it. You can't even solve it with Zack Snyder, actually. You can't, because who the hell, bro, why does he have, he's a man. Like, he's going to have his own choice. He could say no, and he would say no.
All right, fine. I'll rephrase the question. Tomorrow, Walter Hamada gets fired. You get put in his place. You are suddenly driving the DCEU. Where do you go next? What's your first decisions? What are your first decisions?
I'm making a Superman solo, and I'm giving Henry Cavill all the money in the world. And I'm canceling Matt Reeves, and I'm calling Ben Affleck back from Batman. I'm going to just do whatever you want.
That's a mistake. But, that's a
no, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. But you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking what solution. Not singular. Like, how are you gonna fix? Like, if tomorrow you became head of the DCEU, like you became the new Kevin Feige.
The universe.
Like, how are you gonna make things right? Like, totality.
I'm making a call to Henry Cavill, and I'm asking him how much do you want? Whatever number he gives me, I'm giving him. Unless it's really like crazy number, I'm giving him the money, and I'm gonna let him do what he wants. I'm gonna I would make a call to Ben Affleck and be like, yo. We'll shut this Matt Reeves bullshit down right now. You have a script. You had a script. Let's do what you want to do. Come back. We'll pay you. Ezra Miller, go ahead. Do your thing. Wonder Woman 1984. Great. It's happening. Keep doing your thing. And I'm making a call to Zack Snyder and saying, yo, here's your Snyder cut. I'm not bringing you back for Justice League 2. But here's the Snyder cut. This is now canon. And we live to fight another day, and the dark side stuff can be somebody else. And in all honesty, if you're asking me what I would want, if I would give the respect and ask him that, yo, do you want to come back? And this time around, we'll literally put it in the contract that we can't mess with you. Done. That's how I'd fix the universe, and that's like the best kind of case scenario from my viewpoint.
All right, who wants to go next? Who wants to give?
You said Zack Snyder, so you're wrong.
Yeah, the rules were don't mention the word Zack Snyder and try to do it without his name.
I said
Or fail.
Who's next?
Straight up fail.
Samir, fix the universe. You became the leader.
Give James Gunn the universe in life.
Dude, you're so right.
That doesn't work.
Yo, if they gave James Gunn the universe, I'm killing Samir. Hey, I'm not even go after James Gunn. Go after Samir.
Samir, what's going on? Tell me how you fix it. What's your steps? What's your plan?
You drop the whole trench thing. Just drop that whole. Okay, first step.
God.
And then, what do you mean?
He said, "Thank God."
Oh, as I said, oh God. No.
Inside Omer is a closet trench shill.
Dude,
No.
release trench gun.
Release the trench gun, Loki. All right, Omer, keep going. Samir, keep going.
Let me think. I don't know.
What's your
Behind
plan?
trench gun.
So you got rid of the trench movie. Then what? What are you doing with the actors? What are you doing with what's your plan?
You have to give the actors and directors control, even though the actors are basically against the directors in this case.
Would you how about the Matt Reeves situation? Are you gonna let Matt Reeves do his thing, or are you gonna try to get Ben Affleck back? Where do you stand on that? I think the Matt Reeves thing is where we all differ. I think we have different opinions on that. But I think the rest of it, I think we're kind of pretty close on, but we disagree on Matt Reeves. So Samir, where do you stand on Matt Reeves, Batman? Would you let him keep making it, like make your prequel trilogy, or would you tell him that you don't want make your movies, but they're out of the universe? Like, how would you do it?
He's a good director, but I don't like the whole prequel thing. Actually,
Well, what if it's not a prequel? What if it's just another new Batman? What if it's not a prequel to Ben Affleck?
yeah, I don't mind that. I don't think Ben Affleck doesn't really want to play Batman, anyways.
It's hard to tell. Did you guys watch Triple Frontier?
No,
Alright.
actually. No,
So
not yet.
you can see how Ben Affleck kind of looks and acts in that movie, and kind of get an idea of kind of like why he probably can't be Batman anymore. But that's like besides the point. But I mean, like you can tell, like his body language is off of Batman now. Like you know, like it's the future now. He's like he looks and acts and talks differently about it. That's just me. But all right, so Samir, you're obviously not getting it. I'm gonna let Zayyan take over and talk about his universe.
No, actually, I agree with one point, Samir. Yes, movies like the Trench movie, they're good in concept, but like you can't do these kind of movies. Put your money on the real characters. There's too
What
much-
about the Plastic Man movie?
I swear to God, oh my God, I swear to God, I was just about to say that. There's all these
What about-
speculations, there's constant speculations. Oh yeah, Plastic Man, this, that. Like, stop that.
What about Supergirl?
You have to focus on the main characters. I don't mind their world of DC, like garbage or whatever, where they have different things. I don't mind that. But there has to be an overarching story no matter what. Let the Birds of Prey do their films, Suicide Squad do their films, Justice do their films, and make a huge film like Avengers where they fight like the Anti-Monitor or something, you know? It's like, there has to be something at the end. It can't just be random movies. They have, like, that's the important thing. Henry Cavill has to stay as Superman. Matt Reeves is the only one where it's confusing because I feel like if it actually gets kicked to the universe, it will actually hinder what he can do with Batman. But like, I'd rather have a lesser Batman movie, but have him like continue as an old Batman in his trilogy, so it can be part of everything. And obviously Ben Affleck back if he wants. And movies like Flash, fast track those things. Movies like The Trench, put on the back burner. And no speculation, and their PR is so garbage. Like, that's like 50% of what hurts WB.
All right, so Zayyan, you're done, or you want me to take over?
That's
Where's
it.
Green Lantern?
They need to have they need to plan out everything. They look like they're thinking things on the spot and to see what clicks. That's bad. That's not good.
All right,
They have to follow
all right,
the formula.
all right. Now I'm
But
gonna
their tone has to be darker.
okay. I'm gonna give you guys my here's my like version. I actually have a plan. Okay, if they put me in charge, here's how I do it. I don't. It doesn't have to be like the 5-movie arc. Like, can we talk about that? Like, it doesn't have to be that. I'm not the type of person who gets stuck on one thing like too much, right? Like Christopher Nolan made like a perfection trilogy, and then we see it, then we move on. And Sam Raimi made such a great Spider-Man trilogy. You see it, and you move on, and you see different things, right? So, I prefer Zack Snyder's 5-movie trilogy, but that's dead in the water. So I'm not gonna say I want that back, right? Because obviously, if it was our choice, yeah, bring it, go back in time and make sure everything happens the right way. But that's not the case. So if tomorrow I became the leader of the DCEU, right, I would do a trilogy format, right? So that means James Wan, focus on just making the best Aquaman trilogy you can. That's your job. Your job is to make an Aquaman trilogy. Patty Jenkins, your job is to just make a Wonder Woman trilogy. Oh, Kathy Yan, you're working on Birds of Prey? Okay, work on Birds of Prey 2 as well. Maybe make a little Harley Quinn kind of thing going there. Okay, James Gunn's working on The Suicide Squad. I don't see it really going, but they're probably going to give him another movie after. Fine, right? Henry Cavill?
But you'd fire his ass.
Yeah, I would probably say fire him and put either Gavin O'Connor, who was the original director who they fired, who's the accountant. I'll put him back on it. Or even David Ayer. I'll probably give him another shot if he wanted it. But Superman, get a competent director for Superman. Competent. And
J.J. Abrams.
You took the words out of my mouth. J.J. Abrams is about to finish the Skywalker trilogy. He is a proven director who knows that I can come into an already existing universe and make it work. He's done it. He's done it with Force Awakens. He's done it with Star Trek, right? So he's done it with other franchises. I would get him on Superman ASAP. I would keep Matt Reeves on Batman because I'm telling you, some of the things we're hearing about Matt Reeves and what he's working on, he's about to pull something off. I'm telling you right now, he's going to pull something off. Like, actor-wise, it might not be what we like and stuff like that, but story-wise, he's doing something. He's doing something. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think we're going to be very, very happy with what Matt Reeves does with Batman. Very happy. And, we're going to be Christopher Nolan level happy. That's just my prediction. But, and then Shazam, get Shazam his own mini little franchise going. Shazam 1, Black Adam is coming out. They actually already said it's coming to production very soon, so we're probably going to get that movie within the next 2 years. So Black Adam's coming out and get Shazam 2 right away to connect them. So see what I'm saying right now, though? And Ezra Miller, we already talked about it. Let the guy make his freaking movie because it's going to be flames, right? But see what I just did right now? I fixed the universe without breaking it.
It sounds familiar. It sounds like what Marvel's been doing.
Yeah, Marvel's doing it.
Everybody has their trilogy, and they all come together.
Yeah, well, yeah, copy Marvel, but then and I would cancel movies like Supergirl for now.
WB needs a Feige figure. Umer's right. He's been saying this. They need a Feige figure. There's nobody controlling. You need a one.
Well, right now they have Hamada, but he's doing it very generic.
Shout out to my boy, the Jake Schneider, because
my man, they got lost when he left.
Bro, they're screwed, man. Screwed them.
Listen, I fixed the universe. Now let me read you guys something.
You didn't fix anything. You just took
did you fix it though?
I fixed it. If they followed my way, it would have been fixed. Oh, here. Now let me read the actual thing. Here's the confirmed release dates. Not confirmed, mostly confirmed release dates based on WB. Because you know WB, to talk to theater chains, they already booked time slots years in advance. So they already have certain things. Oh yeah, we have a DC movie coming out in October of 2021 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's already kind of a slate. They didn't announce it, but someone on Twitter put the slate together based on the exact reports. Okay. The next DC movie we're getting is Shazam next month. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Shazam. I'm not going to count Joker because Joker's not part of the universe. Joker's coming out this year also, but let's talk about just Shazam. Shazam's this year. Next year, we're getting Birds of Prey in February, right? And Birds of Prey is a DCEU canon movie. It takes place right after Suicide Squad 1, so it's canon. Okay, so there's no like, oh yeah, is this part of the universe? Yeah, that Birds of Prey is part of the universe. Then we're getting Wonder Woman 1984, same year in June. Okay? And I think we all agree, Patty Jenkins, we trust her, but she'll make something happen. Definitely. Okay, she'll make something happen. At the end of this year, Matt Reeves just confirmed it on Twitter yesterday. At the end of this year, the Batman will start shooting. Not right? Hopefully. Which means it's shooting this year. DC has a slot already in June 2021. I think it's coming out June 2021, year after Wonder Woman. Then the Suicide Squad, is being also shot end of this year.
Oh God.
I think 2021 we're getting the Batman and the Suicide Squad. Now here's the crazy thing. Just 2 days ago, Geeks Worldwide, right? They reported a scoop exclusive saying that The Flash is starting to shoot this November. Meaning this November they're planning to make the Flash movie. That means they already by production meaning they already booked the studio. That means they can have the space to make the film and have the camera crew ready, which means they're making the Flash movie this year. It's all a matter of which script they're using. Are they using Ezra Miller's script, the Dark movie, or are they using a non-Ezra Miller script and recasting and having a new actor? But either way, we're gonna get a Flash movie, okay? Then Black Adam starring The Rock. Black Adam's coming out April 2022. And then finally Aquaman 2 already got its release date, December 2022.
What about The Trench?
The Trench is coming out next year.
Oh,
I think.
Oh my god!
And I think it's gonna come out.
You can tell their priorities.
I think the Trench is gonna be kind of like Annabelle. You know Annabelle, those horror movies, where it's like $20 million budget. They're gonna make it like in a day or two and just put it out there.
You know, actually, the Trench might not be that bad. It could be about how they became crazy and went to madness.
Unfortunately, after Aquaman 1.
Okay, that is garbage.
It's gonna be like one family getting horrified by the Trench people.
That is so bad.
That Russian family just didn't come back.
I was actually imagining the same Russian girl with the cockroach spray, the anti-bug spray to spray the parademons. So you know, the universe isn't dead. Oh no, the DC is dead, but the franchise isn't dead. The franchise meaning
the pieces are there.
Yeah, the pieces are there. It's not like there's no pieces there. All the pieces are there. Just not putting the puzzles right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because the right people aren't putting it right.
It's all putting the pieces right. And listen, it's not like the universe is going to crumble. All they have to do, I told you, all they have to do is very simple. Because Ben Affleck's not coming back. We're going to get that out of our heads. He's done as Batman. And he doesn't want to be Batman anymore. He's so sick of being asked the same question. They asked him that in Triple Frontier. He's like cringing inside. Like, why are you asking me about Batman right now? Keep Henry Cavill. Let Matt Reeves make his movie. Let Ezra Miller make his movie. And that's it. Then the universe can still survive.
It's literally all trash.
It's not, man. Listen, stop. Listen, you last month, we literally just go on the podcast, review it. We said Aquaman is 4 out of 5. We said it was a good movie. And
yeah, Aquaman's a pile of garbage. I really said that for a fact.
Oh my god, listen.
You are such a...
Don't lie, Omer, okay?
No, I'm playing.
Right, so we know. No, I said it's not
really. The
over.
reality is, it's trash compared to other movies.
Yeah, but listen, it's not trash. Like, Aquaman's better than Captain Marvel.
God.
So,
yeah,
it is, okay?
It's not even close. It's so much better.
And I don't care what anyone says. Shazam looks aight. It'll be fine. You know, like Shazam will be garbage.
No, it looks alright.
This guy has to say it's gonna be aight.
It's gonna be aight. I mean, it's gonna be also better than Captain Marvel.
Shazam looks good, dude.
Shazam the Dark Knight.
Doesn't look aight.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be fine. I said it's gonna be fine. Meaning, if the movies are fine, right? Like so far, there hasn't been a DC movie made that's worse than Justice League. Okay, so far. And even Suicide Squad. So the meaning the lowest point in the DCEU was Suicide Squad and Justice League, because we all agree Aquaman is better than both. Okay, we agreed that already. That's a fact. And we also agree. Hopefully, we didn't see the movie yet. That Shazam is going to be better than Justice League and better than Suicide Squad.
All right. What are you talking about? It's going to be better than Justice League.
So then the universe. So then the universe is not dead if the next two movies.
It's not. The pieces are all there.
Yeah, the pieces are gone.
Shazam could be better than Aquaman.
Okay,
no, it's not
then there's Birds of Prey, right? Birds of Prey is a rated R movie. So that means we were just saying how DC is only going to be jokes, but how's there a rated R movie coming out that's in the universe with the same actress?
It was in
Dude, the universe.
In fact, I heard some rumors.
Overarching story wise, it's dead.
I heard some rumors.
They're not going anywhere, and all I'm saying is,
that's what I mean. No, you're right.
I have the right as a fan. To not care anymore.
No, care is different than saying it's dead. I agree. The universe is dead because there is no universe story anymore. They messed up. They dropped the ball, right? But the franchise isn't dead. Universe versus franchise. The franchise is not dead.
I'm saying the DCEU is dead.
Oh, that's dead. 100%. DCU died the day Justice League came out.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. But I think some people are saying that after Phase 4. After Endgame's over, that DC will have a chance to start catching up to Marvel, because Marvel's going in a different direction after Endgame, right? So DC will have a chance, because when Endgame comes out, which is this May, right? Endgame?
April.
Yeah, next year we have Wonder Woman. If Wonder Woman does her thing, then the DC won't be that dead, because we have to look at the next 4 movies. Like, you can't look 10 years, because they messed up Superman, they messed up Flash, they messed up Batman. That's 3 heroes they messed up. But they didn't mess up Aquaman. Like, there is the third act of Aquaman's Flames, and there's a good chance that Aquaman 2, as long as James Wan takes it in a better direction, more darker probably, it'll also be Flames. Okay? Wonder Woman will be Flames. Superman is gone. Sucks. That's a big garbage thing. But that's the thing. The part we don't care about is the Batman, Superman, Flash. Flash wasn't a topic until today, but now Flash is added into it. Before it was just Batman and Superman. But really, the rest of it's not like it's not there. Like, we see that Shazam's coming out. We know Black Adam's coming out. And we know Shazam 2 is going to have them fight.
There's potential. It's not
like I said, there's potential, but they have to put the pieces together. It's like they have the puzzle set, and they purposely are making the wrong puzzle. You know?
Because, once again, They have the wrong people trying to figure out the puzzle. You have to just like change ship. That's it.
That's the problem. Then who would you make the leader? Pick a leader for the DCU. Patty Jenkins?
Call it Feige. No.
Let Feige come to DC?
Why not? You would. You never know. What if after Endgame is like, you know, I'm gonna try this.
I doubt it, honestly.
They're already talking. You know they're talking.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much kind of it. I think just wrapping it back to the point, I think we all are on the same...
The point is, wait.
Oh, ask something. How come Feige and Jeff Johns both wear hats? How come the guy...
Yo, wait. I gotta see one thing.
What? So, you want to know what Jeff Johns? Prediction.
My prediction is Endgame's gonna be better than every other. It's gonna be the GOAT.
Just shut up.
Conversation.
You're saying Endgame's better than Dark Knight?
Say it randomly.
Are you saying Endgame's better than Dark Knight?
It could be.
Omer, you're fired.
Loke, I don't care.
Is it better than...
I'm gonna call it like it is.
Better than BVS?
Right down the middle.
Better than BVS?
Chill with that. Dark Knight's better than BVS.
Dark Knight's better than BVS. Omer, you're such a chill.
Loke, it could be Loke.
Samir, do you think Endgame's going to be the best comic movie ever made?
No.
Maybe not as a film, but like it could. But as a film, it's never gonna touch freaking Dark Knight. But it's gonna be. It could be the GOAT.
I think it's gonna be top 5 all time.
I think top 5 also.
Easily.
I think it could hit.
It could be 3, 4, 5.
I think it's gonna hit like Logan level.
Good.
Like
why not have Logan fifth best superhero movie ever?
The suits. Dude, you can tell from the trailers there won't be the suits the whole time because you saw in the end where Captain America like puts the belt around his arm for the shield, right?
Like,
he's wearing his chain link costume. It's 100% end of the movie. So,
but Loke, that's not the end though. Loke, it's not the end of the movie because I feel like that was gonna attack like the Avengers kind of headquarters, and I feel like that's gonna happen somewhere in the middle. Didn't Kevin Feige say that this is the first 20 minutes? They're only showing the first 20 minutes.
He said that about the first trailer, but I think 90% of them like just sitting in the Avengers Tower and then Captain Marvel.
I'm telling you,
it's all like the first 15 minutes, and then
Marvel
look,
always knows what they're doing. No, their trailers, they're doing the best thing with trailers where they're not showing anything. Unlike Warner Brothers.
No, but here's what. No, but give him credit. Shazam is showing nothing. Also, like nothing. Like the complete.
Tell me, what is there to show?
They didn't show the Shazam family.
Spoil something.
They didn't show Shazam family or the 7 Deadly Sins. We didn't see the 7 Deadly Sins, or we didn't see Shazam family.
But really, that doesn't matter.
Meaning the marketing is getting better.
All right.
And Aquaman didn't show any of the third act either.
Oh,
no, they didn't. Anything from the point where he puts the costume on.
It showed the main scene where he like comes out of the waterfall and
but actually that was the main scene. After that, when he really goes crazy, like him and Orm fighting on that submarine thing was like insane. They showed 1 second of that, not even 1 second. They kept it to themselves.
We didn't watch any TV spots.
Only BVS showed Doomsday. Since BVS, they actually held it down. Even just like they didn't show any of the Whedon cut. They only showed the Snyder cut.
That's false advertising.
They only show the Snyder cut in the trailers. But what were we talking about? Yeah. So I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Oh yeah. Endgame. Yeah. So yeah, to be good. I think the suits, like Samir is saying, it's gonna be Ant-Man. Ant-Man's gonna give them here the quantum realm suits. You know, like here's a safety suit so you can go into the quantum realm.
How was it in Child Back Down?
Yeah, we saw this from freaking Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, that's the only good thing the movie gave. They made a whole point about it that you cannot walk into the quantum realm unless you're wearing the extremely protective suit. So the problem is going to tell them the information, then the Hulk is going to make the suit.
The Hulk?
Yeah, Professor Hulk. As in Bruce Banner.
What's called Professor Hulk?
He's getting Professor Hulk in this film. I'm telling you, he's getting Professor Hulk. I can see from his face.
As opposed to Garbage Hulk and Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, he'll be Professor Hulk now. Like Draga. That's pretty much it, guys, I think.
Samir, do you know who Draga is?
He doesn't know who Draga is.
Who's Draga? I don't know.
Draga. You know Draga?
No.
Alright. Well, that's pretty much it. So any last thoughts, anyone?
Tell me who it is.
It's just some guy from a random Justice League cartoon from years ago.
Oil it.